It's not often the President of the United States gets involved in professional sports, but sometimes the Chief of the United States realizes how valuable sports are to the nation and steps in. Let's learn the story today behind the Green Light Letter. Welcome to Daily Sports History. I'm Ethan Reese, your guide to a quick deep dive into sports history every day. In 1942, the world was at war, and the fate of America's pastime, baseball, most cherished sport of the nation, hung in the balance. Faced with uncertainty and fear, resting the leaders who would determine whether it would stand or fall. It wasn't too long ago that World War I captivated the world, and the government declared baseball and sports as non-essential, casting shadows over the future of the game. In 1918, work or fight orders were issued, forcing baseball players to either join the military or find war-related jobs. The season was cut short, and baseball, a beloved American tradition, was sacrificed to alter the wartime needs. Now, it was 1942, just a month after the devastating attack on Pearl Harbor. Baseball's future, once again, stood in the balance. They turned to one man for guidance, the commissioner, Kennesaw Landis. Landis was a staunch Republican, had penned a letter to Democrat President Franklin Roosevelt, seeking his wisdom and guidance as this transcended political boundaries. Landis was asking, as training camps are coming up and the war efforts are changing, what do you think professional baseball should do for the upcoming season? Roosevelt quickly responded, saying, I honestly feel that it would be best for the country to keep baseball going. With his words, Roosevelt illuminated the path forward for baseball in a time of darkness. He believed the game's power to uplift the spirits of the American people, even at the face of a brutal war. Baseball was granted, quote, green light to continue to provide solace and unite the nation in crisis. This letter has been to be known as the Green Light Letter. But the president's decision came with a condition. He would not exempt players from military service, as he recognized the importance of their contributions to the war effort. Some questioned the wisdom of playing baseball games with the world at war, fearing the bright lights would expose cities to enemy bombers. Yet, amidst the skeptics, fans, players, and owners rallied behind the president's vision, and baseball became a beacon of hope in President Roosevelt's vision was realized as President Roosevelt nights were organized in ballparks across the country, raising funds vital for the cause, helping organizations like the Red Cross and the Navy Relief Fund. Throughout the war, baseball was preserved, even as stars entered the armed forces. Heroes like Bob Feller, who saw combat, and players like Pete Gray, who overcame adversity, inspired the nation. Yet the fight for equality in the game continued, as black players were continuing to be excluded from the majors. But this mindset of everyone playing for a cause may have helped change things and allowed Jackie Robinson to break the color barrier. In the end, the Green Light Letter left an indelible mark on baseball history, and it upheld a sport as a symbol of resilience and unity during the time of war. It allowed millions of Americans to find solace in the game, and thousands more to serve in their country, not with rifles, but with bats and balls. And for these reasons, the Green Light Letter remains one of the most cherished important documents in the history of baseball and is in the archives at the National Baseball Hall of Fame, as it changed the game forever. Thank you for listening to this week's Daily Sports History. If you like this, please rate and review wherever you're listening. And come back tomorrow for more Daily Sports History.